It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chargers and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Thomas. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Four yards remain for second down. Herbert now. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking, wait.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
And they'll run again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal. A loss of 12.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Let's go.
Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made here at the 36. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. They will run with Singletary. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. And that's complete to Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Herbert. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he finds his man, complete. It's Garcia.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw here, Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Fields. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
You got three down.
Now on 2nd and 13, Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Fields. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And that is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Herbert. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Herbert on first down now. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From his goal line here, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And a look now at Nelson, who remains down. He appears to be shaken up a bit. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Back to throw. Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
3 down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. L.A. set to take over again on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there? Something. Put your team in some joy.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Let's go. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
Fields now to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap, Fields. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Wheeler. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
41's coming. 41's a mic.
Now it's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wheeler. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 14. Here's Fields. And his throw here's incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Fields. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
We got chips over here. Chips over here.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. He finds Smith out of the backfield.
All day, baby, all day.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure.
Touchdown, Bears! A 15-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Thomas. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Garcia. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. He gets it to Cooks. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Off play action, Fields. Wide open receiver, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Fields. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Fields. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Falcons able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. The Broncos playing well in their opener, trying to send their sellout crowd home happy. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
40 wants the mic. 40 wants the mic.
Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Herbert, and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Tight right. You got 3 down. 41 Mike.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. 3rd and long. It's Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And Cooks has it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's caught left side by Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 66 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Just get going. It's all right.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wheeler. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
3 down, 3 down. Hey,
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Wheeler. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Fields on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Let's do this. Here we go. This work. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down. 41.
On first down, Fields. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually...
Touchdown, Bears! A great effort there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. On 2nd and 2, Herbert. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Herbert on first down now. He finds his man, complete. It's Garcia. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Throwing again on second down. Herbert fighting to stay upright, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Montez Sweat able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Chargers on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Garcia. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
That's what I'm talking about.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Chargers on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Herbert now. He finds his man, complete. It's Garcia. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally, he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 14. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the Chargers coming out on the field now.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Herbert. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. From the 50, here's Herbert. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Herbert's throw hauled in by Washington.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. David Njoku.
there to make the grab. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Koo for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
We got 3 down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Let's go.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over 1 minute to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Chicago, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.
Thank you.